why do Chinese people work so hard and live so hard? Hello guys, welcome back to my video. In the last vlog, I shared with you guys that I had resigned from my job. So recently, these days I've been very happy, but I have also had a lot of thoughts in my mind. So one thought that has been lingering in my head lately is, especially in a city like Beijing. So I want to talk to you guys on YouTube about these questions and want to know what you guys are thinking. As someone, as you know, I lived in Beijing for 8 years. I deeply understanding how challenging it is to work and living here, because in China, I don't know if you guys know that typically you need to take 4 years to complete an undergraduate degree, and you need to another 3 years, and this is usually more longer than in England, in Europe, or in America. In China, you need to 3 years for a master's degree. That means I spent a total of 7 years earning my master's degree. So it's a really long time, you know that. And that was assuming everything went smoothly, because that means with no gap years or no interruptions, you just very smoothly to do everything that will at least need 7 years, you know that. The highlight is how you need to, I don't know how to say that, you can't allow to make errors in China. There is little room for your mistakes, and that makes me so boring. And additionally, there are many other issues that have impacted me sense of happiness in life. I think the first is commuting. You guys know in my previous job, I typically spend about 45 minutes on the subway each day, and which is actually considered relatively short for Beijing. This is not for so long. If you are just living far away from the center, you need to take 60 or 90 minutes to do that. It's really insane. And this is not barely I can't with it. It's really crazy. So most of my colleagues actually lived in the suburbs, where our office was located in the city center, like the Wangfujing. It's really center in Beijing. So even when they take a taxi or they drive their own cars, because traffic jams were a common issue in Beijing, so it really doesn't work. So especially during in winter, which I found this is particularly unbearable. It's really crazy and make me really sad. So you know that maybe this is not very similar to other city in the world. I always say a YouTuber that live in Denmark, and I see in her vlog he just can take a bike to work. I think that is really amazing, and this can not imagine in Beijing. So maybe this is very different. Beijing is simply too big. For instance, if you just want to travel from Chaoyang district to Haidian district, you really can take as long as 90 minutes. So if you guys have never come to Beijing, maybe you cannot imagine this. So if you are really interested in this, I recommend you come to this city and you will have a different world of experience. And I think the second issue maybe is rent. It's rent a house, because I'm not originally from Beijing and I just got my university in this city, and after graduation that I work here. So I don't own a house in this city. So renting maybe is a common issue for me. That I mentioned that Beijing is so big, so if you want to rent a house that is nearly by the center, like 二环 or 三环, the price of rent is really expensive. Like the room that I rent now is locally near the Sanhuan. Yeah, Sanhuan. So it is a pretty center in Beijing. Yeah, but this room is only 10 square meters, and it's also a shared apartment. I don't you guys know that I need to live with other 2 people. Yeah, despite that, I still spend half of my monthly salary on rent, because after my graduation, this job I have just earned 7,500 yuan each month, but my rent cost me the 3,500 yuan, so it's pretty half of my salary. Yeah, so you know that it's costly a lot for that. Yeah, but I think this aspect may be similar to living in New York. I don't know, but I've seen people talk about that. Is that renting an apartment in New York maybe cost similar a lot. So I think this is insane too. And the third issue maybe is that Chinese people, you know, we have some good things, because such as we have the 外卖, the food delivery or something delivery is really convenient. You can get it as you want. And Beijing, the capital of China, is really safe. Even when you're alone, you want to go outside, even like 10 or 11 p.m., it's still very safety. You can go walk by yourself. I think this may not can happen in some Europe city or in America. Maybe that is very dangerous, but in China, this is very safe. Yeah, and I think this is the most thing that make us want to live there. And I think is that many people want to live in this city because you can get so many convenient services. If you just have enough money, I think you can get anything in here, because you know that Beijing has a lot of people that need a job, and a lot of people come to this city to earn money. So you can get everything that you need here. So I admit that Beijing have its advantages. But you know, I've been to a lot of cities around the world, such as I've been to the Paris, Switzerland, Italy, and New York, and Boston. I think they are unlike with Beijing. Yeah. So, but I was still wondering why we still live in Beijing, but we're still not very happy. Yeah, I always wondering why like that happens. Yeah, so I think I will still try to figuring it out. Yeah, maybe my clue was not very clarity because I think my English is not as good as to talk these deeper issues with you guys. Although I made a list of some things that I thought, but I still think that my head is not very clear. Yeah, but I just want to talk with you guys that my thoughts that living in this city, and I want to know you guys. Just if you live in the Denmark, in the Sweden, or in England, in America, what are your thoughts and concerns about life in just being like the 20s to 30s? I think this is a really confusing age to trying to figure out what I need to do. How can I make the right decision? I think it's really difficult. Yeah, but Now I'm thinking I will try to use this plenty of time to read a lot of book and maybe find some inspiration from books, and then I will travel because I'm really love traveling. Yeah, maybe I will travel and to broaden my horizons. I think that. So I think this maybe today's video, and I hope to share with you guys. Yeah, I think that is very interesting. So maybe I will see you in the next video. See you next time. Bye bye.